This episode is titled Showdown. It came out on September 12th, 1995.
1995. Way back in the wild days of the 1900s.
It's directed by Kevin Altieri. Story by... No, I'm not going to do that. Story by Kevin Altieri. No.
Kevin Altieri.
Story by Kevin Altieri, Paul Dini, and Bruce Timm, and it's written by Joe R. Lansdale, and animation by Dong Yang. They let it all hang out. Featuring Kevin Conroy as Batman, Lauren Lester as Robin, Senator Patrick Leahy as Governor, Malcolm McDowell as Arcady Duvall, David Warner. Yeah, baby. David Warner as Ra's al Ghul, Michael Bell as Airman Captain, William Bryant as the Sheriff, William McKinney as Jonah Hex, and Elizabeth Montgomery as the barmaid.
Montgomery. It's just like a mini mall. I always thought that, what's his name? The guy's playing his son would have been a good Ra's al Ghul as well.
What, Malcolm McDowell?
Yeah.
Yeah, he would have been a good Ra's al Ghul, yeah. Yeah, I can. You mean voice, or do you mean actor?
Both.
Oh, voice. I'm not sure about him as a person. Got very plump features. He just doesn't have the right look to him. I can't see him being Ra's al Ghul.
I too have plump features.
Well, I can't see you being Ra's al Ghul.
Hello, I'm Ra's al Ghul. What's up, Batman?
What do you take me for? A cunt?
Well, if you want to test out how fast your quick draw hand is, leave us a like and subscribe on this episode. Ping ping helps us out a lot. Ping, ping, ping.
Donation, subscribe to Fast I Never Seen.
Also, we're planning a live show on YouTube and TikTok. Our editor, Cabe, will be the guy in the chair for that live show, fielding questions, keeping things moving. But we want to know what you want to see in that live show. Is it a review of Sub-Zero and other movies? Do you want to see us... Do you want to see us play Batman video games? That would be pretty cool.
The Arkham series.
They're pretty great. Do you want to be a deep dive on... Do you want to be a deep dive? Do you want us to deep dive on characters or voice actors or music from the show? We could try those out, although music might be a bit difficult.
We could do terrible versions of Arnold Schwarzenegger's accent and try and get away with it.
Give us money.
Now.
Tweet. Do you want there to be a BTAS quiz game and prizes? All of these ideas and more. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you want to see in the comments below. All right. Honorable mentions here. Dong Yang. I just said Dong Yang. Dong Yang animated this episode, and they previously produced many of the episodes we've reviewed. Some of the best being Bane, The Laughing Fish, Perchance to Dream, Almost Got 'Em, Harley and Ivy, Joker's Favor, Vendetta, Baby Doll, and The Trial.
Baby Doll.
Animation, what do you think in this episode? We're going into the Wild Wild West. So.
Rubbery, bouncy points.
Yeah, it was. I think
but I liked
it was a bit more B-team for Dong Yang on this one, I felt. Wasn't there?
People, when they talked about
regular...
I can't believe you're doing that.
Yeah, it was over-animated at points. But they have to impress the producers. So
they do, yeah. Several outfit changes.
Several outfit changes in different centuries as well. They were like, oh, we're going to fuck with top hats.
I know you hired us to do a Batman episode, but we went with Jonah Hex to impress you? What do you think?
So that's how it happened.
That's how it happened.
Director and story developer Kevin Altieri has been credited previously in our review of On Leather Wings, as well as being a previous reappearing guest on this podcast. Story developers Paul Dini and Bruce Timm have both been credited in our previously reviewed episodes of Joker's Favor and Heart of Ice, as well as Paul Dini being a previous guest on this show as well. And writer Joe R. Lansdale has been credited in our review of Perchance to Dream. To feel to Perchance to Dream, or whatever.
I think Perchance to Dream.
Yeah, that's it.
Rub-a-dub-dub.
All hail Lunesta!
Hey, Lunesta!
How's it going?
Lunesta? Isn't that a sleeping pill?
Oh, yeah. Because I send my enemies to their eternal resting place.
To sleep, perchance, to dream.
Rub-a-dub-dub!
All right, acting creds. All returning voice actors have been credited previously on this podcast in their first appearance of this show, such as David Warner in Off Balance. As far as new acting creds go for this show, Senator Patrick Leahy, who plays the governor, is also known for playing himself in Batman Forever and Batman and Robin, as well as a cameoing cameoing appearance, as well as a cameo. Yep,
I couldn't see him, bud.
He was camouflaging, as well as a cameo appearance in many Batman films. His most memorable is the party guest that stands up to Heath Ledger's Joker in The Dark Knight.
We're not intimidated by thugs.
You know, you remind me of my father. I hated my father.
He's from Vermont, isn't he?
Yeah, he's just a massive Batman fan and has the ability to be included in these films. So he is the governor, the guy that's like christening the railroad in this episode. And at one point I could tell just from the like, we're not intimidated by thugs. And it sounded like a younger him when he was the governor talking about the railroad.
Imagine if it was Bernie Sanders instead. He's like, I am a massive Batman fan. We're not intimidated by thugs like you. We're not intimidated. Get your anarchy and I'll leave it at the door.
Oh, so he's a Leahy, so I just think about him being absolutely wasted half the time.
I'm getting drunk tonight, Batman.
Stumbling around the cave. I'm wasted, bud.
Up in Wayne Manor with like the decanters. A little drinky boo, bud.
Calling Robin Randy. Randy!
Robin!
Julian! Don't know where I felt like I get a little drink around here, do you, bud?
I haven't watched that show in many years.
Neither have I. I'm tempted to go back. I really am.
It's been a long time. But it's just going to make me want to fucking like get high and drink that show. I just noticed.
And eat potato chips.
Oh my god, yes. The way they eat potato chips in the show. Someone is always holding a big bag of fucking potato chips. Well, we could always have a watch party and eat potato chips and drink rum and cokes.
That sounds good. That would be our live show. That's our live show.
I dress like Julian all the time anyway. All I need to do is put glasses on.
Why? What am I going to be?
You bubbles. Big time.
Bubbles.
I'll give you my glasses.
What are you talking about? Why am I bubbles?
The best line of that show is the can you read, my son? Well, that depends. Can you go fuck yourself?
Okay, more acting creds here. Michael Bell, who plays the airship captain, is also known for playing Prowl in Transformers, as well as Lex Luthor, Plastic Man, and the Riddler in the Super Friends cartoon, and he even voiced Batman in an episode of Tiny Toon Adventures. So some cool voice roles there. Then we got William Bryant, who plays the sheriff, is also known for having a long career in Western movies from the 60s and 70s. He retired after playing this role and passed away in 2001 at the age of 77.
No.
Then we got Elizabeth Montgomery.
It's in my head now, though.
Elizabeth Montgomery, who plays
Living room, down it. Oh, yeah.
See it.
I fucking love that song. I used to listen to that shit all the time. You can find it at the market.
You're like, Beatles and the Montgomery.
Beatles, Montgomery advertisement guy. Stone.
Elizabeth Montgomery.
Baby monkey.
Salad Fingers, whatever that guy is.
It's not music, that's animation.
No, it's true, it's not music. Okay, Elizabeth Montgomery, who plays the barmaid, is also known for playing Samantha Stevens, the main character in the show Bewitched. This was also her last role. She passed away in 1995 at the age of 62. So, like,
oh, wow.
Couple. Well, actually, this came out after her death. This episode. So
no, rest in peace.
She obviously, last role she recorded this and then died a few years later. And then finally, Malcolm McDowell, who plays Arcady Duval, will also go on to play Metallo in Superman the Animated Series, who I think is a great villain in that show. He's probably my favorite villain. He's also well known for playing Alex in A Clockwork Orange, Saran in Star Trek Generations, Dr. Samuel Loomis in the Rob Zombie Halloween remakes, and he's also the voice of Whistler in Spider-Man the Animated Series. First Whistler ever as well. That's where the Blade movie got that character from.
Catch you fuckers at a bad time.
I can't hear him being like, it is, yeah.
Catch you fuckers at a bad time.
But imagine him being like, catch you fuckers at a bad time.
Yeah, that would be like, what? I cuss. Fuck you.
What do you take me for? A cunt?
Okay, this was the first on-screen appearance of Jonah Hex, obviously outside of the comics. Jonah Hex was created in 1972 by John Albano and Tony DeZuniga.
I'm sure that's exactly how you say it.
Dezuniga. Dezuniga. There we go. Dezuniga. What's...
I ain't gonna try. I'm not drinking. I'm not on it.
Yeah, so he appeared in 1972 in All-Star Western number 10. This episode is heavily influenced by the Flashman papers, with the character of Arcady Duvall being based largely on the titular character. His appearance is based on descriptions of the character from the book, and the voice actor Malcolm McDowell was cast specifically due to his role as Flashman in the film adaptation of Royal Flash.
Man.
I've never heard of that show or anything, but I guess that's how they got Malcolm McDowell. All right, next up, we've got Ra's al Ghul's crew.
Polite burp there.
Yeah, you hear that one?
Next up, Ra's al Ghul.
Ra's al Ghul's crewmen abandon the airship. Their parachutes have a pyramid-like shape. This design comes from the notes of Leonardo da Vinci, as well as Ra's later on airplane device that he uses to fly away. This implies that Ra's background either studied the works of Leonardo or possibly even knew him personally in one of his many centuries.
We were homies back in the day, detective. We used
Do you know Leonardo?
Get high. High as a kite. He invented those as well, probably. Invented a lot of shit.
He talked a lot. I wasn't listening.
This is not my usual race voice. I don't know why I'm doing it this way. Let me just slip back into hippity hoppity hoo. There we go. Sorry, I had to smoke a little weed there.
Leonardo.
Chill.
Yeah, Donatello, Michelangelo.
Yeah, we used to hang out in the sewers and get high and eat pizza. Oh, it's really nice.
Have you tried it, detective?
Pepperoni. It's quite nice.
Batman's like, pizza? Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I've had fucking pizza in Italy as well. Yeah, but have you had it in the sewers of the city?
Have you had it in Italy when it was first created? I was there.
I created it. I was like, fuck it out. You know what I fancy? Bread, tomatoes, and cheese. And someone said, well, here you go. This is pretty quick to make when you have a right oven. And I was like, we should market this. I'm going to go to America and hand it out. That's how pizza was made.
Gonna go to America.
Hello, is anybody there? I noticed that I'm alone now. I invented being alone. What?
Okay. Additionally, David Warner and Malcolm McDowell appeared together in Time After Time, which came out in 1979.
Time after time.
I knew you were going to do that. In which H.G. Wells time travels from Victorian England to modern-day San Francisco in pursuit of Jack the Ripper.
Or
the other way around.
I was going to say, Jack the Ripper's like, I'm going to escape to modern-day L.A. or wherever it is.
San Fran. He's like skateboarding and cutting people up.
I wanted to hang out in a real liberal
I'm ripping.
place.
I'm ripping, dude. You see that sick
Look
rip
at Jack. He is absolutely ripping. Bam, bam.
That's Tony Hawk noises.
Here I am, ripping everywhere I can. They say that I was a surgeon, killing mostly women.
And up next to the half pipe, Jack the Ripper.
Boy, and is he ripping. Doing a 900 with holding two blades. Bam, bam.
Also, we've noticed there's a couple missing people. Does anybody know where they are? They're just like dead under the half pipe.
Oops. Jack
the Ripper.
Yeah, but he rips so good, bro. Like, you gotta let him do it.
Okay. In the Demon's Quest Part 1, Ra's al Ghul claimed he had no sons, which is why he wants Batman to be his heir. It is likely Ra's had lost track of Arcady Duvall and in any case already disowned him. Yeah, we know that fact because he said I'd lost track of him.
I say that at the end of the episode,
Yeah.
you fucking idiot.
I had lost track of him until he turned up in that rest home.
You left Duval to his fate a century ago. Why come back for him now?
Did you really think, Detective, that in my 600 years of life I would have sired only one offspring?
Next, according to Kevin Altieri, this episode came out as a result of conversation with Paul Dini. Other names brought up in that conversation to be included as characters were Sergeant Rock, Enemy Ace, Dial H for Hero, Hawkman, and the Demon Etrigan. So, and Demon Etrigan and Hawkman end up being in later episodes of the DCAU, so they eventually will get their day. And maybe Sergeant Rock as well. I feel like he's in a flashback of Justice League in World War II episode. But yeah, most of those people end up seeing the light of day.
Have they ever done Jonah Hex and Zorro teaming up?
No, but I like the sound of that.
Be pretty cool, right?
That sounds pretty cool. Yeah, that sounds good. I want to see that.
Me too.
Yeah. All right.
All right, just let DC take that idea and do it in 3 years from now like they do with everything else to say in this fucking show. I see that there's a new show out with Predator fighting through time. Never talked about that before.
Well, that wasn't DC. That's Marvel.
It's just Hollywood. They're listening.
Well, and Fox and Disney, they're all the same thing. And then finally, when writing this episode, Joe R. Lansdale told Bruce Timm that he wanted to reinvent Jonah Hex for this show. He said, I want to make him an East Texan. I want to make him a Confederate. I don't want him to necessarily... didn't want to make him necessarily somebody that saw all the wrongs of Confederacy, although I do personally. Okay, I love how you throw them in there.
Wow, you're anti-slavery?
Way to go, Joe R. Lansdale.
Thanks for clearing that up.
Covering your bases. This is the character, guys, not me.
I think
when
it
someone
works
says that,
yeah.
I
think it works the other way around, where you're like, just to let you know, I'm very pro-slavery. And you're like, oh, fucking hell. We just assumed you weren't, like most of us are.
Joe R. Lansdale's got like a Confederate flag in his house. He's like stuffing under the sofa right now. He's like,
what?
They know!
I'm a big Dukes of Hazzard fan.
He also finished this with, I wanted him somewhere caught as a man of his time and yet a man evolving out of that time. All right, that's very deep for a guy that showed up for like 10 minutes in an episode, but okay.
Horse doesn't give out on me 10 miles back, and I'm hotter than a shaved coyote with a heat rash.
That's got to be racist. There's no way. I'm going to just keep it real. There's no way that is like of our culture.
Basically, you wanted him to be a Confederate and be a racist.
He's a Confederate, which I hate. It's like the classic David Brent move.
Okay, what did you think of this episode?
It was all right. You know,
yeah,
it just wasn't a Batman. It was like watching just a DC animation of the week or something like that.
It was,
not a very good plan to have a big, like, floating war machine that if it gets hit by a bullet, it's going down. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Like, when they shot, they're like, don't shoot at this plane, you idiot. It's full of helium. Will explode. I'm like, you are a floating, like, pirate cannon ship. Like, people are going to shoot at you with something at some point.
Yeah.
Not a great plan.
Oh, I didn't think of that. Shit.
No, we do the shooting. We shoot before they ever can shoot. Fuck. This was not
I've
my
lived
best.
for 600 years. Shut up. Just plays the age card.
I just wanted a big fuck off plane, all right?
Fucking
That's
Gen Alpha.
Or like Gen Loser. Gotcha.
Okay, and Jonah Hex. What did you think of Jonah Hex in this?
He's all right.
He gives Two-Face a run for his money. Yeah, he's fucking ugly.
Two-Face
Yeah,
is way more attractive. At least half his face is Harvey Dent.
Yeah, and he was just bald as well. When he took off that hat, I was like, buddy, you need to go get a makeover or something. Stop looking at me. Stop looking at me weird.
Oh, I thought we were talking about you.
It ain't about money, boy. It's about justice. And I aim to serve you, sir.
You one ugly motherfucker.
Okay, music in this episode, I thought was okay. They had a slight, like, Ennio Morricone feel to it at points with, like, the harmonica and stuff. I was like, ooh, We're getting a bit of, like good, the bad, and the ugly in there. But other than that, it was quite
How
generic.
Could you say his name again, please?
Isn't it Ennio or is it Ennio? It's Ennio.
Yeah. Well, it's Inicio. No, I can't even remember now.
No, it's not Inicio. It's Ennio or Ernio. I'm pretty sure.
The name's Ernio.
I think it's Ennio Morricone or Morricone. I don't know if it's Morricone or Morricone.
It's like you saying bruschetta a million different fucking ways when we were in Italy. You're like, I have the... And they're like, the what? I have the... They're like, oh, bruschetta. Yeah, bruschetta.
Bruschetta. It's bruschetta. That's how they pronounce it.
Yeah, but you also went, I have the bruschetta, and I have the bruschite, and I was like, come on, mate, just say
I was going Tony Soprano on that one.
Yeah.
Have the bruschetta.
Have the gabagool. The gabagool.
Can't any meatballs and spaghetti around here? Okay, I thought finally the ninjas looked kind of cool.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, the Spider-Man faces, they looked awesome.
Yeah, very Spidey, but Society of Shadows finally looking like ninjas and not scuba guys.
With the Spidey eyes, it makes them feel more like foot ninjas in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
That's true. Yeah. But yeah, I thought they looked good, and they gassed the retirement home with Raish's sticky icky. That was some green dank shit. And I love how Raish is like, they'll be asleep for hours. Don't worry about it.
You can put those away. They will sleep for hours.
Not many chances for I love that Batman moment in this episode, but I do like how Batman says, like, but I won't, when Raish says they'll be sleeping for hours and he jumps out. That's pretty freaking Batman of him to do.
But I won't.
And Raish leaves Batman and Robin a tape that's basically a podcast episode.
It's my demo. Check it out. Boom, achee, a boom, boom, chee. Hey, my name is Raish, and I'm here to say, gonna take over your city in a major way. Boom, chee, a boom, boom, chee, ooh, boo, chee, a boom, boom, chee, ooh, boo, 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 ooh, boo, 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 boo. Or Uber's like, hey, yo, my name is Uber. And he starts like actually like the only time he speaks. He saves it for the rhymes.
Hey, my name is Ubu. I'm going to take you back to 1882. You're like, oh shit.
It was a good year.
Let's check this out.
The year was 1883.
But it was like a podcast episode where he's like, the year was 1882. And I could see
Jonah
Robin
Hex
be
was
like,
a tall man. Stringy hair. It went down past his shoulders. We all thought, we should cut that. But he didn't. He had a head like a slept-on pillow. It had a divot in the middle of it. I'm putting myself to sleep. Pillow sounds quite nice.
He shows up at the airport and they're only on 30 minutes in and he's still
Chapter
talking about
2.
Jonah.
It's like, oh my God, it's been 4 hours about just describing Jonah Hex's head.
I see you figured it out, detective. No,
he was ugly.
I'm on chapter 2. Fuck. What do you think Raish's podcast would be called? What about I Was There?
I was there.
He's that guy that's always like, I was there. he brings up 9/11 and everyone's like, yeah,
9/11.
Like, we know.
I was there as well. Okay, but were you at World War I as well? Were you there when Caesar died? I don't think so. I was there. Rachel Ghul.
Ubu is his co-host, just like, Ubu, just agreeing with him.
Yes. I was there when Uber was born. His first word, funny enough, was Raish. You thought I was going to say Ubu, didn't you?
Ubu.
He's got a bit of a, what's it called? The guy from Game of Thrones thing going on. Hold the door. Ubu.
You've already made that joke in
Have I? I'm getting old.
He does the same episode, talking about the same time period.
Yeah. Today we're going to talk about World War II. What? We did World War I last time, didn't we? Anyway, this is when I met Hitler. It's a good story. We've
shit.
heard it every time. I know, right? You're excited. Don't listen to the other episodes.
I was there.
I was there. But I wish I could. Me. Who do you think had the mustache first? It was me. I was rocking that shit. Now I can't ever wear it again because this prick fucking had it, did some fucked up shit, and now I know one can have the smudge under their nose.
I'm bringing it back, though. I think about bringing it back.
What you think?
Everyone's like, whoa! Rage.
This was fucking the coolest shit before he came around, all right? I had it for like 300 years, okay? It was kind of my shtick. Boo-boo. No boo-boo. It's cuckoo. I'm kind of, well, no, I'm not. Even in this episode, I was like, stop hitting that guy.
Oh, yeah, he was so
I'm a liberal.
Yeah, I was like...
In the 1800s. Slave labor. Gross. I'm against that.
Down with the Confederacy.
That's right. I'm going to blow up all these railroads that were built by Chinese slaves. Go Bluey! There you go, you're free. What? What?
Holy
hell am I?
Liberal Ghul. Liberal
Ghul. Just everyone be chill. Ooh, that's my goal. I'm just trying to bring the world together. The sticky. Make everyone sticky.
Work, you lazy good-for-nothing. I've told you repeatedly, this is not how I do things.
I thought that his blimp as well being called a sky monster and the advancements in tech, like with the railroad connection, that is all Wild Wild West. Wild West took that whole plot. There's even a scene in the movie where like a guy, I think it's the president, is trying to like hammer in the first nail of the railroad.
Jim West, Desperado, Rough Rider, no you don't want not.
And it gets interrupted by the giant death machine, except for it's not a blimp, it's a spider.
I was waiting for a giant mechanical spider, which would be kind of cool.
Yeah. Jonah Hex gonna rap a song next for the episode. Well, burn up, cowboy.
Once upon a time in the West. I like a girl with a big breast. It's like, okay, guys. Don't need to know that, but
what? Do you find me sexy?
I thought that's what we talk about in rap.
Breast. Some girls call me Jonah Sex.
Jonah Sex. I'll put a hex on ya and a sex on ya. A big breast on ya. I like big breasts. I'm a boob guy.
He's a boob guy?
I love broobies.
It's just his mouth's so messed up.
That's right, yeah. It's my lips. They're loose on one side. I don't know. I can motorboat when I just keep my mouth in one place. I'm a breast guy.
Get your broobies out.
I love boobs.
His surname isn't even Hex. It's always been Sex. It just he
it's
pronounces
sex.
it.
I could go for hours.
Got a feeling things might get loud and busy soon.
And I'm not liberal. Fuck Rachel Ghul. I'm a conservative. I'm pro-slavery. I'm pro-sex.
And I really like his mustache.
I'm pro-sex as well, guy. Yeah. No, I'm bringing... This is the liberal mustache now. I'm bringing it back. I don't think that's the... This is before that happens, but I feel like,
And Race looks like the most conservative he's ever looked in this episode. He looks like the Monopoly Man.
The business. This is how I aspire to dress one day. Just walk around.
What, like Mr. Monopoly?
Ghul, like Mr. Monopoly, yeah.
I liked his monocle. I thought that was cool. But his eye has such dark shadow, and the way it sat, it just didn't look like it was in the center of his eye because he's got so much shadow.
Guy liner, but it should be Ghul liner because I've been doing that shit for centuries.
It's also, there's a little smudge on my top lip. I don't know if you noticed
that. What you think? Ghul liner and the Ghul tash, right? It's not the Ghul tash. This is the Hitler mustache. It's not the...
It belonged to a ghoul.
That's right,
but not you.
Did. I wish I'd known that before I used grease paint for my mustache. And I can't even take off my hat because then I'm Hitler.
Also, his men were in like metal scuba suits, and I was like, "Are we going back to Scuba Society of Shadows again?"
No,
at one
they're not.
point?
That's the protection suit you wear so you don't burn yourself or whatever.
Don't you think they look like old scuba suits though as well? They
No,
look
the scuba's round on the top.
Oh, so this one, because it was a different shape, it's like, that's not scuba, that's from metalworking.
Yeah. I would
Really?
say yes.
I've never seen that outfit in my life. Is that like an old-timey metalworking outfit
I have
or
no
something?
idea.
Okay.
Old-timey. My nickname.
I was there. What do you think of Raish having a son?
I love that. And I love that he was like, he'd just kind of disowned him and he disappeared and he lost his mind and everything. Though I don't really agree with Batman at the end being like, I'll let you bring your old man son back home. Like, after hearing that story where it's like, you shot a railroad up in like a giant, like, death cannon thing, like from 100 years ago. Like, I'm still gonna fucking take you down, bud. Like, this is, you did some really fucked up shit in Gotham the other day. Like, I'm not just gonna go, okay, bring your son home. I'll see you later. That's so stupid to me.
Well, maybe because he doesn't have any parents, so he's like, if I got to get reunited with my dad, even though I'm like 120 or whatever that guy is, I would want to do it as well. But I thought
Robin's like, that's why? Yes, that's why.
I would have loved to have seen more about his son being lost in time. Like, look, the Jonah Hex stuff is okay, but I felt like that whole Wild Wild West story that I know that the movie came out afterwards, so I'm not saying they took it from Wild Wild West, but I felt like that whole thing was just kind of rushed, but also slow at the same time. Like, there was no breathing time for Jonah Hex. He's like, I'm a bounty hunter, and I'm going after this guy, and this guy works with Raish, and they're going to do this. And it's suddenly like the whole episode is them on the blimp taking it down for their story. And I would have much rather have seen like a quick thing of that, Jonah Hex being seen for like maybe a couple minutes, and then show him like aging in jail slower than everybody else, like quick cuts to like this time period and this time period. I would have much rather have seen that. And then at the end, him being in the retirement home and Raish being like, I've come to get you, my son. Like, I would have much rather have like changed the perspective to be from Arcadia's point of view, personally, instead of just like Raish being like, yeah, then I just found him in a retirement home. Who fucking knew? And, took him home. And he's dead anyway. That
Time
guy
to
is
try pizza. Your
like,
favorite, the thing I invented.
I'm pretty sure he's dead. Like, you're a little late, Raish. You know what I mean? Like, that guy.
He's not dead. Look, he just flicks him on the head. He like squints his eye a little bit. See? Feels pain, as we all do. Oh.
I saw him in the wheelchair, and he didn't change an expression for a good 5 minutes.
He's mid-poop, okay? He eats a lot of stiff food, so it takes a while.
And as a kid, when I watched this episode, the few times I did, because it wasn't on a rewatch a lot, I always thought that the old man was Jonah Hex, and I was like, Jonah Hex is Ra's al Ghul's son? Because
you idiot!
I didn't pick up.
Why did you think that?
Because he's bald and he's got white hair and he's got an eye that's crooked and he looks like Jonah Hex. The old man looks like him
on his face.
Oh, I didn't notice that shit. I was just like, oh,
And
Jonah
they
Hex.
talk about who it is.
Yes, I know. That I did miss as a kid because I wasn't listening.
That's embarrassing.
I just saw him and I was like,
what's Jonah Hex doing there?
Whoa, Jonah Hex is Ra's al Ghul's son? I didn't know that.
Whoa, that's crazy.
I thought that was canon for like 5 years.
Hey, my goddamn cocksucker of dad's out there being a goddamn cocksucker.
Come now, Detective, I've still a few good years left. We will cross swords another day. But for now, let me take my boy home.
And I thought Raish claiming to have lived for 600 years is an interesting point. So that means, I looked back, that means he was born in the 14th century in like the late Middle Ages. So I've never realized like how old he is, so it's good to know. And I thought, have they ever done a story of Raish like being a young man, like growing up
Is
and
the
like
14th century the Middle Ages?
That's what it said on Google. The late Middle Ages is what it
Right.
said. But like, have they ever done a story of Raish like being a young man growing up and like forming the league?
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Discovering the pits, like and amassing his power and like seeing why maybe he starts out with the best intentions and then, becomes like the maniac he is and the dictator. But yeah,
well, that's how most dictatorships start out. It usually starts with people being liberated from oppression, and then the liberators get into power and become dictators. It happens all the time. That would be a really cool story.
Happening right now, if I'm right.
Well, not in the same way. No,
not the same way. Yeah, true. Yeah,
no one was liberated.
We're getting political. Yeah.
That would actually be really fun to do. Actually, is a Ra's al Ghul story where he starts out as your classic, like the rebellion, basically from Star Wars, and like Ragtag puts together the League of Shadows because the world's being oppressed by this, that, and the other, and then he becomes the oppressor. That would be great.
Yeah, and realizing like I've got to live for way longer. Time is like the only thing that I don't have in favor.
Yeah, my work is not done.
Yeah, finding the pits.
I cannot let future generations end up under the tyranny of corporate America or whatever the fuck. And
I would love to see him like even in Batman Begins. Ra's al Ghul says in that like we loaded ships with plague rats, we burnt London to the ground. Like I loved just little snippets there, and I was like, that would be so fucking cool to actually see that play out, like in the League.
It would be
and
cool.
How they do
I agree.
That. Yeah,
I'd be very interested in that. You just have to somehow pepper in some legacy characters that fit in those time periods somehow.
Well, you could do the Demon Etrigan, because that's like Middle Ages. So you could have Etrigan as a cameo at one point back in the the late 14th century, and I don't know. Yeah, as you go on, you could look at characters, and if they fit, throw them in there. Definitely some World War II stuff for sure. That'd be awesome to see that with Ra's.
Yeah. Sounds cool to me, bud.
Cool. All right. At the end of this episode, Batman and Robin let Ra's go so he can take his son home to die, probably in the matter of minutes. Like, welcome home, son. And
he's like, dead. Right. Flight. He died on the flight. It's probably not the best idea to take a 102-year-old on a jet plane. He died from he has a peanut allergy. I was shoving peanuts in his mouth. It's my favorite fly snack. Salted pretzels.
He's like, let me play you the latest episode of my podcast. And he's like, he just dies. I was there.
No, you'll like it. It's the time I met Hitler.
I anticipated meeting you tonight, Detective. I hope the story I have to tell you may cause you to reconsider your pursuit. The year was 1883.
Boring.
Okay, top 3. Almost got him. Joker's favorite, The Laughing Fish. Does this episode replace any of those for you?
No.
I agree. Ranking out of 10, what would you rank this episode?
A 7 out of 10.
I give it a 6.5.
Fair enough.
It's just okay. And then fit check. There's only one outfit that's different here. Actually, 2.
Cool old-timey outfit.
Yep, Race's cool old-timey outfit as Mr. Monopoly Man, and then also the Society of Shagos. Shagos?
We are the Society of Shagos. We go around hunting birds and pub crawls, trying to get laid.
Shall we shag now or shall we shag later?
Society of Shagos.
Do you have a little ninja in you? No? Would you like to?
The League of Shagos. Well, that's very
funny. Yeah, the League have different outfits and they look way cooler. And they're shaggers because of it. All right. Next up, we're going to review the episode.
You would be in the League of Shagos for sure.
Oh, I would be the fucking ruler of the League of Shagos.
Well, you'd be Rach.
Yeah, I'd be...
Check out this sweet knockoff watch I got. One day we're going to have real ones.
I gotta wait for the end credits to get that one, folks.
Then we'll really get laid.
Yeah, I'd be called Rachel. What was it? Pull. Rachel Pull, because I'm pulling. Okay. Next up is Riddler's Reform. Speaking of Riz, I was going to say Riz Al Pull, and then I said Race, so that joke doesn't make any sense. But as we know, the Riddler has Riz. So the Riddler is coming back for probably my favorite episode of the Riddler, at least in this show, is this next one. I really enjoy it. So come back next week to hear our thoughts on that.